Intro, B-roll, of a young person scrolling on their phone looking stressed. Narrator. In your 20s, you're on a roller coaster ride. Freedom, independence, endless possibilities, and some massive financial decisions that could change your entire future. Are you setting yourself up for success? Or could you be unknowingly sabotaging your financial freedom? Cliffhanger pause. Today, we're diving into 5 financial mistakes that most people regret in their 20s. Mistakes you want to avoid if you want a wealthy lifestyle. Stick around because one of these could make or break your financial journey. Act 1. Introduction of pain points and consequences. Screen text. Mistake number 1. Not having an emergency fund. Narrator. Picture this. You're in your 20s, loving life. Then suddenly your car breaks down, your job situation changes, or a surprise medical bill lands in your inbox. An emergency fund can be the safety net that keeps you from spiraling into debt. But here's the deal. Most people put it off thinking they'll handle emergencies when they come. By not having a cushion, you're gambling with your future stability. Pattern interrupt with humor. Imagine explaining to your future self that you blew that cushion on 3 nights of overpriced cocktails. Not exactly the most inspiring story, right? Cliffhanger. But the next mistake? It's even more damaging because it's the kind of thing you won't realize until it's too late. Act 2. The exciting opportunity of early financial decisions. Screen text. Mistake number 2. Neglecting to invest early. Narrate. There's a secret weapon for building wealth, and it's time. When you invest early, you let compounding do the heavy lifting. Every dollar you invest in your 20s can be worth 10 times more when you retire. But here's what too many people say. I'll start when I'm making more money. Spoiler alert, that's a trap. Pattern interrupt. By the way, if you think investing is only for rich people or financial experts, think again. Today, anyone with a few dollars can start building wealth. Imagine this. Someone who starts investing just $100 a month at 25 could have nearly $150,000 by 65 without even increasing that contribution. But if they start at 35, they'd end up with just about half. Cliffhanger. And speaking of halves, the next mistake can cut your financial health in half without you even noticing. Screen text. Mistake number 3. Letting lifestyle inflation take over. Narrator. Here's a trap we've all fallen into. Lifestyle inflation. You get that raise and suddenly you think, I deserve that nicer apartment, the latest phone, or weekly nights out. But be careful. Every dollar you increase in spending is a dollar that's not growing your wealth. Pattern interrupt with humor. If your bank account could talk, it'd probably say, hey, are we saving for future you or blowing it on the couch that sings to you when you sit on it? Lifestyle inflation is sneaky. It feels good in the moment, but it's also one of the fastest ways to keep you living paycheck to paycheck, no matter how much you earn. Avoid this trap by setting clear goals for what's truly worth spending on. All right, we're about to move into mistake number 4, and this one's a financial killer that no one talks about openly. Act 3, conclusion and hope for the future. Screen text. Mistake number 4, not tracking your spending and budgeting. Narrator. It's not glamorous, but tracking your spending is like looking in the mirror. If you don't know where your money's going, it's way too easy for it to just disappear. Budgeting doesn't mean restricting yourself. It means giving your money purpose. Pattern interrupt. Think about it. You wouldn't drive to a new city without a GPS, so why handle your money blindfolded? When you budget, every dollar has a role, and that gives you power. Cliffhanger. And here's the final mistake, one that can impact your finances for decades if you're not careful. Screen text. Mistake. Church 5. Relying on debt to fund your lifestyle. Narrator. This is a big one. Relying on credit cards, loans, or buy now, pay later schemes can spiral into an endless cycle of debt. In your 20s, debt can feel manageable, but it compounds just like investments. Every dollar you borrow and pay interest on is a dollar taken from your future. Debt can start as a small expense here and there, but over time, it can snowball. Don't be fooled by the myth that everyone is living on debt. The wealthiest people are actually the ones who avoid it and let their money work for them instead. Pattern interrupt. Ask yourself, is this purchase something that'll help you? Or will future you wish you had just waited a bit longer? Outro call to action. Narrator. So there you have it. 5 financial mistakes to avoid in your 20s. Each of these could make a difference between just getting by and living a life of true financial freedom.